Tri-State, welcome to Facebook Live Friday. I just want to welcome you and to let you know that if you're driving, please wait until you're stopped to watch this. You will have a chance to go back and see it. This week we have Terri Wimberley with the Safety Department, and she's going to give us all kinds of good information, so I will pass it on over to her.
Hi. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm Terri Wimberley. I'm in the safety department now. I've been with Tri-State 19 years. I left for 8 years around 2011 during the tornado for about 8 months. So I'm going to talk about our online driving training program. And from there I'll go into some license and permits issues and talk about some plates on trailers that we need to get. So right now we need to talk about carriersedge.com. Carriersedge.com. You guys need to log into that website. You go to that website and it just gives you a username and password where you just type in Tri-State dot, first 3 letters of your first name, first 3 letters of your last name. I would be Terwim, and it's your first name for your password. It's easy breezy. We try to keep them around 10 to 15 minutes long. In some instances, you can actually not watch the video, just go straight to the test because you should know the answers anyways. And when we first started it out in last June, I was assigning everything the first of the month. By the 5th or 6th of the month, you can go in and check it, see what you got in there, and you need to get caught up. There's about 60% of our drivers doing this. We have 40% not doing it, and you really need to get on there. If you have any questions, you can call me. I'll take all phone calls. I'll walk you through the process. I actually have it on my phone, and I will let you borrow my phone to take it while you're here if you want to do that. This is the information, if you can see that. Okay, you can always just pause that and write it down. Okay, you can actually download it on the App Store and Google Play, depending on what kind of phone you have. All right, what Carrier's Edge is, and I need to tell you that they are 15 to 20 minute modules that go in and it shows a video, and sometimes it has little questions here and there in the middle of those videos, and then you take a test at the end. It's like 10 questions. It will not let you pass until you got to pass it to move on. You can't complete it until it's passed. You can take it 4 or 5 times if you want to. We don't care how many times you take it. And let's see, I talked about the apps. Okay, we're getting all kinds of excuses not to take it, and they're not really good excuses. Like, I don't have internet. I don't have internet access. That's not true. There's all kinds of free Wi-Fi. The truck stops have internet access. I don't have a phone that has the memory to support this app. You don't even have to do that. You can download it, take it, and then delete it off your phone. You have a great driver record. You don't need it. And you know, I love great drivers who have perfect records. But would you like to go to a surgeon and have them operate on you and tell you, I don't have to take any extra training. I've been doing this for 20 years. I'm thinking maybe you want him to keep his certifications up to date and learn the new techniques and be aware of all of the things that could come up. And so that's kind of the way you guys are. You're surgeons on the highway, and I would like for you guys to stay aware of all the little things you may forget over the years or just be numb to after a while. So it just increases your awareness on those topics that we talk about just once a month. And you need to think about your reputation. Oh yeah, you know, it looks good for the company when you take those tests, but it actually looks good for you personally when you take the test, because you could be sitting somewhere and somebody's talking about, oh, slippery roads or hot weather, and oh, well, you actually took a safety course on that, and you know how to talk about it. Integrity. It's just a personal thing. Just because you're a good person, you want to do this. And we want to be the best drivers on the road. We want to tell our customers we're the best drivers on the road, and we just do this. Do I get paid for taking this test? Yes. If you are available to take a load, you're getting paid to be available to take a load. I think that's how it works on our pay scale now. So you can take it while you're available to take a load. Okay, we're moving on to license and permits. We do have a license and permits room dedicated to drivers. It's on the southwest corner of the Legacy Lodge. It's a bricked-in corner, and you have to enter it from the outside from our inspection lane. It is not, you don't have access from the inside, and I don't know why. They just didn't do it. So there's 2 file cabinets in there. There's only 4 drawers. Everybody, if you have something or had something in the past 2 years, you should have a file with your truck number on it. Just go in there and check that file. I didn't bring, there's a checklist in there, like a sign sheet, and I'll write down what I put in there, and in the middle there's a column for you to sign that you actually took it and dated it. That would be great. It's really helpful for me when I know that you actually took it and when. And I like to leave stuff out there instead of on my desk. So when you're here in the evening times or you're here in the weekends, we can put stuff out there for you. Just let us know you're coming. We'll get it out there for you. We can take stuff to the gate. A lot of people do that. But the gate can be overwhelmed sometimes with phone calls that they take too, and then having to dig through and try to find your truck, when all you have to do is just drive over to the Legacy Lodge. You're there, pick up your stuff. You don't have to deal with the gate, and you keep that gate clear. You don't have to sit there and wait for them to do something for you. In and out. Okay, so license and permits. Permits, we have 2 books. I think everybody's figured out we've got 2 books now. We have a green permit book. It has really truck-specific stuff in it that stays with the trucks. The hazmat book stays with you because it's kind of generic stuff that you can use on any truck. What we found is those drivers who like to combine into one book, it's fine. We can deal with that until you change trucks and you take all that truck-specific stuff with you, like registrations, IFTA permits, New York HUD stickers, Oregon weight receipts. Those are my problem children. They like to go with the hazmat book when you put them in there. Keep them in the green permit book. Keep it in the truck. Owner-operators can pretty much combine their books, you know, and a lot of them do because they have their own truck and they don't switch. And when they do, we have to rebuild the book for them with a new truck. So let's try to keep those 2 books separated. And if you have any questions, you can always call. And you need to call and check in once a month. Make sure you got the new stuff, because 660 drivers in this company. I'm only one person. I can't call everybody every day. And let's see. We are at owner-operators, since I brought them up. If you want to buy a new truck, we have a simple checklist. I like to say it's simple. Teresa Porter has this checklist. If you're thinking about buying a new truck, you need to get that list from her. These are things that we have to have when you bring your truck into the facility. You'll get the Qualcomms installed, whatever, everything, decals, but there's paper you have to have up front. Well, you have to have a bill of sale or a purchase lease agreement right up front. You have to think about what name you want on that bill of sale. Do you want your personal name? Do you want a company name? You need to figure that out before you actually sign for your truck. 2290, same thing. Personal name or company name. It's got to match the bill of sale. Weight tickets. Got to weigh your truck before you bring it in so you have that ticket. Articles of organization, if you have a company name, this is very important. You get it through the state. Secretary of State, pretty much in the state that you live in. You have to register it to use it. You can't use just any name that you make up. We've had that happen, and it doesn't work that way. We need documentation. You own that. You have the authority to use that company name. And titles. If you have a purchase lease agreement, your lessor will have the title, and we need a copy. If you have a bill of sale, you have to apply for a title. That's usually the state you live in. And yeah, sometimes you have to go in to get it personally. Got to think of that ahead of time, because once you're here in the yard, you're going to be making a trip. And I don't like giving bad news like that when you get here. So now you know. And that title has to have your personal name or your company name on it, the same as the bill of sale and your 2290. Everything has to match. MoDOT, if you want a plate from Tri-State, MoDOT has to have everything match. And there has to be a trail between your personal name and your business name. And the lease, the TSMT lease agreement. Everything has to be on there. Personal name and company name if you're going to use both. All right. I will get you temporary registration. As soon as I get that paperwork, within an hour, you will have a book ready to go with temporary registrations and permits to haul freight. 1 hour after I get all that paperwork. It's easy. Easy breezy. Okay. Once I get a plate, within 5 to 10 days, I will call you personally. People like to call me and ask, and I'm always saying, nope, don't have it yet. I'll call you. I'll call you. I'll call you. Okay. This is my checklist if you're curious on how organized I can be. Leasing on owner-operators is a full page, and it usually takes about 2 weeks for me to complete this. All right, so we'll know where you're at all times. We're down to plates. We have brand new trailers last summer. Last summer, we got 150 trailers in. Their numbers are 194,201 to 194,350. I need everybody to help me here because they showed up ready to roll with temporary plates on them from Maine. It's the state of Maine. We had until the end of February to get plates, but I couldn't get plates until last month. So I've had 8 weeks to get plates out, and I can't pin down these trailers. I've only done 50. I have 100 more to go. So what you're looking for is a trailer from 194,201 to 194,350. It has a Maine plate on it. It's from the state of Maine. We need to put these plates on them. Aren't they pretty? MoDOT plates. And they come with a registration that's in an adhesive, waterproof adhesive that you can glue right onto the back. There's a flip lid that you can glue onto the back so they're permanently on the trailers. We'll never lose our registrations. You guys can help me if you can locate them. If you can sit and wait for a next day UPS delivery, I will get them to you so you can put them on. That'd be great. Just give me a call when you find one. And okay. That's it. I'm done. So we covered Carrier's Edge. Go online, take your tests and modules, and get caught up on all that. Registrations, permits, permit books, knowing the difference between the two, and where to get your information after hours in Joplin. And owner-operators leasing on. Call Teresa for the beginning pages of what to do there, and that'll make it nice and smooth for you. And these trailers, find the trailers for me and call me. All right. Thank you. Any
Thanks,
questions?
Terri. We don't have any questions,
Don't have any
actually.
questions?
So.
All right.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being easy and no questions.